I think the actual conversation, the original conversation was just Pikachu versus Mario. Who was bigger? Pause between Pikachu and Mario. And then you had this tweet on April 8th, quote retweeting the fact that Super Mario Brothers on track for 368 million in the film's worldwide opening weekend. That would be the biggest opening for an animated film ever. Omar then quote retweets that, quotes me or Sage, and says Pokemon is more popular than Mario. Essentially insinuating that we were wrong.
Is that what you got from that? I was insinuating that you was wrong. This is exactly what folks he talking about. Here you go again. Here you go again.
There's that. I'm just asking a question, y'all.
I'm working the room. I'm working the room.
I ain't gonna lie. I hate it when you do that shit. I'm just asking a question. You know what you're doing, dog. And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying with the is this a skill shit? All right, I'm just saying you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing, bro. Stop it.
So did you see? I gotta ask. Did you see like the end result of what's going on this weekend about Mario? Super Mario Brothers movie earns the biggest opening for an animated film ever.
Yeah, I know that.
The biggest opening ever. Already do it. I mean, just the weekend is done more than, other productions. Do you know? I mean, can Pokemon pull that off? I can't even say that. I was going to say Teen Titans might be able to pull that off. I don't know of another animated franchise that could pull that off. I don't think there is. Maybe a Shrek movie. If they did another Shrek movie, which I think would be a stretch, but he just did Puss in Boots. So I can't say, bro. I can't say.
So my argument to that is just that, number one, in the context of the question, who's a bigger franchise, just minimizing this conversation for both franchises to just film is dumb, in my opinion.
I'm not saying that. It's. I'm painting the picture. Can I paint the picture? Can I paint it?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. To be straight up with your question, right now off the top of my head, no. I'ma say no. But I also say there's other factors as to why Mario pulled off those numbers that they did.
Oh, what's that?
Well, for other franchises, this is the first theatrical release for one of the biggest franchises in the world.
No, it's not.
When was the one before this?
They had the Super Mario Brother movie in '93, a flopper at that, a super flopper.
So the first movie in 30 years. So for one of the biggest franchises in the world, this is the first movie, first theatrical release in 30 years compared to Pokemon, who again has been released. Their main thing, one of their main things, is a TV show. It's episodic content, and their movies come out more recently. So I think there's like a scarcity there in terms of like this movie performing the way that it did, because it's not gonna happen that much often. You can't skip out on it.
Okay, I'm glad we're able to contextualize numbers. I think that's going to be very, very, very important in this conversation. So the thing that I would next bring up is like, because we're talking Pokemon as a whole.
Yes.
If we're talking about I don't think it should be a question out of the universe, because Mario is the character that's also titled after the universe or whatever. Out of the universe, though, you think the most recognizable figure is who? Out of both universes.
In Pokemon? Oh,
no,
if
you just combine both universes, got everybody in there, who's the most recognizable person?
I'd say Mario.
Okay. Who's the second most recognizable person?
Pikachu.
Okay. I don't disagree. Now, with that being said, I believe you have to name like 3 or 4 Mario characters before you get to the next most recognizable person coming from the Pokemon universe. Do you agree?
I disagree.
Charizard. You disagree?
Charizard.
Okay, how far down the line do you think
I think
'Cause I'm.
Charizard is 3.
You think Charizard is 3? Yeah,
Yes.
you're just chatting at this point. You're just chatting at this point.
Do you got
You think
numbers to back up your claim?
you think Charizard is more identifiable than either Luigi
Luigi.
or Donkey Kong? Look at you.
Ah.
There you go. There it is
It's a
right there.
debate. It's a debate. It's a
Folks are
debate.
saying Ash is 3. Ash can't. I don't know how Ash is 3. You said it's a debate about Donkey Kong?
I forgot about Donkey Kong because honestly I consider Donkey Kong as his own franchise. But if
But
we
he's
want to
not.
say Donkey Kong, okay. If we want to say Donkey Kong, I'll put Donkey Kong at 3, Charizard at 4, Luigi 5 probably.
And then who's after Luigi?
I'm gonna be honest. Ash might be above Luigi. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, you're tripping now. You're severely tweaking if you have Ash above Luigi. When at every single step of a Mario game, Luigi's right there.
Who the fuck cares about Luigi? All right, okay.
That's yeah, yeah. You try to do because
Who the fuck
nobody
cares about
even when
Luigi,
Cardiac
dog?
had this conversation with me before, and it was Ash or Red or like he couldn't even really give a name because in the video games, Ash isn't the one. I tried to look for some Pokemon merch. Go try to look for some Pokemon merch and see how hard it is to find Ash. Go look at clothes. Ash is only a video game thing. Or no, I'm sorry. A
Anime.
TV show
TV
thing.
show thing.
Yeah, a TV show thing. Ash is not everywhere like that. But we know that Luigi, we know that Peach, we even know that Toad is everywhere.
So let me ask you this about this conversation. Is it who is more recognizable at their peaks or who is more recognizable right now?
Even right now, I think my conversation still stands. I'll give you the Charizard BS, although I don't think that that's true. I really do not think that that's true. But to say that it's not 3 people before it's Ash from the Pokemon, I mean from the Mario side, I'm having a hard time. I'm literally looking at
Do you
like I'm on
think using
Google right
Google
now
Trends
looking
to back up like this debate right here is too flawed? To look at search results and shit like that.
I don't think it would favor you right now because of the movie. We can look at it.
We can whatchamacallit? We
can change the date.
Yeah, we can change the date to start at 04. Cuz that's how
04
far
what? 2004?
2004. That's how far Google Trends goes back. All right.
I'm looking. Do you even know how to spell Ketchum?
Oh my god.
No, I'm being serious. I'm being serious.
Yes.
No. Don't do Mario. Do Luigi. Put Luigi in there. Put Luigi.
Oh, are you looking at my thing?
Yeah, I'm looking at the. I'm looking at it.
Luigi, fictional character. All right. Who do you want to add? Charizard?
Do Ash.
Ash? Okay.
If he pops up.
Right there. All right. And then let's go worldwide. This is web search. And then time frame 2004 till present.
Oh, to present. I see what you're saying. Okay.
This is the red line is Ash, by the way.
No, I see it's Ash. Okay. A little uptick
Cute?
for Ash.
This shit cute?
It's cool. It's cool.
Let me do this. Put you over there. Put you over here. All right. This shit cute?
It's cool. It's cool. I'm looking at the data. It's extremely close. It's extremely close. I'm wondering why. What's this spike here? And I'm just looking at it. I'm looking at it. What year is that? 16?
16.
15, 16?
Yeah.
I wonder what that spike is. That real separation. 2016, August 2016.
What's the notes? I want to look at the notes.
Can you do?
But is this a fair metric to look at though? Maybe I don't.
Are
the numbers skewed?
I'll say
They're
this.
too skewed.
No. I can give you. Pokemon Go came out in 2016.
I ain't gonna lie too. In that conversation, I didn't even mention Pokemon Go. But Pokemon Go is like its own thing to some people, dog. I ain't gonna lie.
Pokemon Go came out. As far as TV shows, no, it was an older TV show. It was Generations. So I don't think Ash. Yeah, Ash was not a character then. I'm just trying to get some context as to
I'll
what.
give you this though. Before the separation was really 2013. So from '04, I mean, this is like the tail end. It looks like Luigi had the edge before '04. So this is a 10-year time span where they were pretty much neck and neck. I'd give the edge to Luigi right here in '09. I don't know what happened in '09. And
Luigi's Mansion. I don't know. I'm just
uh,
talking.
all right,
I
so
I
that's Ash. I think I can just add more.
you said you do Charizard.
I'm putting Charizard in there.
I still think that this doesn't. Can we see some numbers on totals or something? What are these numbers that are
Interest over time. Numbers represent search interest relative to the highest point on the chart for the given region and time. A value of 100 is the peak popularity for the term. A value of 50 means that the term is half as popular. A score of 0 means there was not enough data for this term.
So we're saying out of I'm just out of 100 searches, this is how much this pops up. Because I'm trying to figure out how they're like measuring this data. Is this all of Google's searches?
So it says search interest relative to the highest point on the chart for the given region and time. Highest point on the chart for the given region.
Change. Oh, I see it right there. See it down at the bottom. They got the geographic thing. Okay, I'm not necessarily mad at this.
And shout out to Charizard, man. Shout out to Charizard, man. Yeah.
I would the only thing that I would say is this is not, factoring the folks that, for no reason have a reason to look up, either one of these people. Right?
Wait, say it one more time.
This doesn't factor in like what reason they would have to look up any of these people, right?
I mean, it kind of does. Like, let's.
No, I'm talking. No, I'm saying if you're older, and you don't have a reason to look up or use Google, that's fine. I'm still leaning, and this is just one data point. I'm still leaning towards Luigi being more recognizable than Ash Ketchum.
But at this point, it just feels anecdotal, dog. I don't.
No, I get. And if that's the case,
will you admit that it's anecdotal for now? Like, this is an anecdotal point that you're
okay.
Making?
As it sits,
ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Yeah, this is crazy. Look at it. We so sad. All right, we'll end this conversation right now. I'll say this.
We got him.
As of right now, I feel as if it's anecdotal. And the reason why I feel like it's anecdotal is because, again, if you type up, whether it's Ash Ketchum only exists via TV show, and even at some of these times that we're talking about, he doesn't exist via TV show. I want to know how heavy the numbers are in some of these areas. Take out Charizard for me real quick.
Yeah.
And this also lends towards me saying that, like, okay, well, what reason would somebody have to search these things? I get it. That's not necessarily a recognition metric, if that makes sense. I'll still go with it being anecdotal, though. I don't know why people would know Ash from anything besides the TV show. And then also, if I'm looking at these times, if Luigi isn't putting out anything, if there's nothing from Nintendo with Luigi's name, face, or likeness, or anything like that, why would he be, looked up? But I get it.
Well, I think for Ash Ketchum, he's pretty prominent in the trading card scene. Like, there's a couple cards about Ash Ketchum specifically. I'm just giving you the.
Are you talking about from when we were playing trading cards? But I don't think from 2016 on. Why would he be in the trading card conversation? That doesn't make a lot of sense.
It's just the way the release, like, sets and packs and shit. Like,
but and what makes
like
him
a Professor Oak card that released or some shit? No.
Be sold. Nah, you know.
I'm telling you, that's how it is.
No, but I'm saying you're talking about them putting. You're saying him having nostalgia based cards, and mind you, he was a main character in some of these some series, but the main series that was going on, especially around that peak we're talking about, was not a series based around Ash, if I'm reading it right. uh Having his card be like a prominent thing, using that as an argument, I just don't think that like his card was prominent enough to say, hey, this is the reason why there was a spike. I would want to know if there was a pokey nerd out there, you know. Kevin saying he's the most recognizable Pokemon trainer doesn't mean anything. What does that necessarily mean? But I get it. Hey, you got that point. You got that point, buddy. I
Let's
got you.
go. Let's go. All right. Yo, what's the next point? You want to start the next point? Like you can.
I'm still under the belief though, even if we get those three out of the way,
Mm-hmm.
let's say your big three are Pikachu, Charizard, and Ash, which I'm still not 100% agreeing with Ash. We still have what the big 4 5 from Mario. Six. I'm my bad, Bowser. My bad. The big six before we get into anybody else that's on that recognition list from Pokemon.
But I just think that again, the whole conversation goes beyond characters, goes beyond
I'm making a point. I can't
TV
make a
shows.
point. I can't make one.
Oh,
That's my point.
what's okay? So in terms
I
of
got I got
recognizable,
Mario,
mm-hmm,
Luigi, Peach, Toad, Donkey Kong, and Bowser in
okay,
that conversation of recognition before, not before, but you can slide in where you slide in, but we're talking about 6 to 3 in this so-called top 10
mm-hmm,
of recognizable faces. And then we can have a conversation as to who's the back end. Somebody might say Mewtwo. Somebody might say, I'm reaching
Eevee,
for another Pokemon. Eevee.
yeah,
Okay, because well, why would you would say Eevee? It's probably like one of the more recognizable faces in Pokemon.
yeah.
Okay, I mean we reaching.
Hey,
Okay,
bro said in the chat, the girlies love Eevee, bro. Just saying.
okay, yeah. Okay, okay, the Eevee, but just from a recognizable face standpoint, niggas saying Green Ninja and Misty and
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. Yeah, maybe Venusaur, Ivysaur, something like that, Bulbasaur, maybe somewhere in that. But still, just recognizable faces. I think Mario wins that out.
Okay,
Just
so
putting
just
that
just
out there.
recognizable characters.
Yeah. Bigger franchise, bigger impact. That's why they can do what they can do. Um, Nigga saying Meowth? I gotta stop looking at chat. Meowth is a crazy
Meowth.
Meowth is a crazy name. Okay, so then what's
So
your next
so let me
thing?
ask this: does them having more recognizable characters is just a point in the whole conversation, right? That doesn't mean it's a
Yeah.
bigger franchise.
Yeah. I think that nods to it being a bigger franchise. And people, Cardiac was trying to argue, although he's down there, I'm going to talk shit about him. Cardiac was trying to talk about, you know, how much Pokemon plays into, or Pikachu plays into the merch. Because I think Pikachu really carries a lot of these conversations. Because while you're there, can you do Mario versus Pikachu?
Yeah,
Pikachu really carries in this conversation. Like it just does. Pikachu just does.
Pikachu.
Pikachu is I was really surprised, and I shouldn't have been, but I was really surprised at how much Pikachu was featured on anything and everything Pokemon related. Um,
Oh, why? What the fuck?
Whether it's new age Pokemon, old age Pokemon, Pikachu is everywhere. Which makes sense, but they're really marketing Pikachu out there. When is this from?
Oh,
You got
four.
Pikachu in there wrong. Nah, this is crazy.
Did I spell it wrong or whatever?
I thought it corrected you. Pika. Pikachu. Nah, that's a crazy graph. I ain't gonna lie, chat. That's a crazy graph. I don't know. Google Trends. Google Trends is something that I would debate is probably one of the best. Yeah, that's one of the better metrics. That's a better metric. That's a somebody said try to flip it. Somebody said try the Pokemon species, and you had
this guy right here, bro.
I don't know, man.
He's on fire.
I don't know, man.
Game series.
I tend to lean towards Google metrics.
Head ass.
Ooh, God.
I will say, even within the debate, I literally gave you that Mario is more recognizable than just Pikachu.
No. You're good. That's large.
Interesting.
That's huge. That's an interesting.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
That's an interesting development, B-Souls. Ash is Pikachu. Come on now, stop. That's too much.
I'll give it to you.
Do Pokemon. Damn. I know you probably. And I think the Pokemon one will raise. We'll do video game series. Do video game series or something like that. I don't know. Okay. What happened in 2016 for Pokemon? The fuck happened? 100? Wait, go back one? 100 is crazy in 2016.
Pokemon Go.
That's Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
That's probably it for real though. Yeah, I think that is Pokemon Go.
Yeah. All right, what do you want it to do?
Yeah, that 2016 is Pokemon Go. Yeah, that's crazy. Pokemon video game series, I guess go Mario video game series or something like that. But truth be told, I did not think these numbers were this whopping. It's a close battle. That's a close battle just in the search terms, but and then there's a pivot where like Super Mario isn't a video game either, and I was trying to explain that as well. I think that in the conversation where I was bringing it up for a reason about the merch. Am I allowed to share my screen?
Go ahead.
We talked about the merch. I think that Pikachu heavily carries. Again, look if you type in Pokemon apparel.
Mm-hmm.
Bring Caleb up. Pokemon apparel.
Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you. Look at how much Pikachu is featured. It's a lot of Pikachu. There's some Charizard, some Charmander, Charmeleon, but Pikachu. Like this is a lot of Pikachu featured. So are we
their mascot.
Are we really debating the franchise? Because I don't think the franchise as a whole is bigger.
Oh, you know what it is? I know.
I think Pikachu. I think we're talking Pikachu. I think that's what we're talking about. What did you type in?
The reason why I can say that that's not the case is because, and this might be anecdotal, or a little bit anecdotal, because I mean, I don't know how we can find sales numbers of specific t-shirts, but the most common attribute or like object or whatever from Pokemon that I've seen attributed to like the merch that people have, whether it's a hat, a banner, a shirt, a hoodie, a mouse pad, whatever the fuck, the most common one that I've seen is actually a Pokeball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. Based off of these,
it's like the Pokemon. Yeah, it's the Pokemon logo with the Pokeball, or it's just a Pokeball on the hat, similar to like a fucking Dragon Ball. It's the most like
Hella
Squirtle.
Wow.
Hella Squirtle.
Hella Squirtle. The Squirtle section's going fucking crazy. But
and that's another thing. Like I think by narrow, like, you don't think that it's a narrow down to look at it as Pikachu. I'm telling you, like, the original 3. Wait, hold on. I'm placing my Wendy's order. Give me a second.
No. Unmute.
He's finna talk about the original 3.
Hello, can I get a $6 biggie bag?
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
She shut him down crazy, man. She shut him down crazy. I think the original 3 still hold a large chokehold on the game. Like, right, I won't deny that, because all those clothes that we just saw, out of all those clothes we just saw, I think it was hard to find clothes not surrounding the original 3, and that's a stamp, and that's a strong or weak, depending on how you look at it. That's a strong, foundation for your franchise. That this original cast that came out in the 90s, we're talking about almost 30 years old at this point, can still carry your franchise much, much, much later.
But I'll also say this, going back to your character argument.
Mario?
I'll say this, going back to your character argument, though. I'll give you Mario number 1, Pikachu number 2, 3 through 12. That's the Bowsers, that's the Luigis, Charizards, Ash Ketchums, those types of names, right? But like 13 to 35, that might be all Pokemon, dog. I ain't gonna lie. That might be all the Eevees of the world, the Squirtles of the world, like that type of shit. That's going, like, in that list. That's all Pokemon in my opinion. That's all Pokemon in my opinion. The Lucarios, the Mews, the Mewtwo's.
Shit, we tripping. Yo, we did not say Yoshi. My bad. I'm tripping.
Yeah, you said fucking Toad, and that shit pissed me off.
Yeah, I forgot about Yoshi. That's on me. And nobody corrected me, but in the chat at least. I mean, I can hear what you're saying. I would make a couple of debates about, Waluigi or Wario, especially if we're just encompassing the entire universe. But I would agree that the next few, after we get out that top, shifting Yoshi into there, the next few are going to be Pokemon. But at that point, we're damn near at 20, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, kind of. We're talking about more recognizable characters. If we're talking about 50 characters
with their own
I'm about to say, if we're talking about 50 characters and 20 of them are Mario and the rest are Pokemon, I don't know.
If we do 20, I got, Mario, Luigi, Bowser, Toad, Yoshi.
Why is Toad here?
Why are you doing that to Toad?
Toad is not a top 5 recognizable character in Mario, and he's definitely not over a Mewtwo, a Ash Ketchum, a Charizard, a Squirtle, a fucking
Charmander.
Oh my! He's not over Team Rocket. Fuck it. Like, I don't know.
Okay, not too much on Toad. I see what you're saying though. I see what you're saying. I just think that in
Toad?
I think that in the top half it's more of the Mario, but I see what you're saying. If we get to, that 12, 11, 13 range, it definitely starts to become more Pokemon. I want to get into the conversation, I guess.
Sounds like we got him again, folks. I don't know. We're 2-0. Yeah.
Oh my God. You just had to give me some. Well, we're not 2-0. You had to give me some points, but nevertheless, there's another conversation because I got, we did the movie. I think that part of the reason why this is so skewed one way is because Mario quit making video games surrounding the namesake title, the original title.
Michael Jordan, what the fuck?
Hey man, what? You want LeBron awards so bad, you want longevity awards so bad. Pokemon just stopped. I mean, Mario just stopped. They just stopped.
No, you're the one that wants a longevity award so bad. You're the one that's talking about how Mario in the 80s, the longevity of Mario, that means something. That's you.
But I'm saying,
you want the longevity award.
Again, that goes against your point though, Omar, because if Mario which that isn't even necessarily the case. But when we were discussing it on Twitter, y'all wanted to X out remakes or like continuations of a series, which is just stupid. But nevertheless, if we're saying that Mario has slowed down on its releases like in the past decade, and we're also saying that like less people played video games in the 80s than now, of course, and considering the fact that Mario hasn't put out any non-gaming media since 2000, like that's a big reason why the movie did so well, is because there hasn't been a Mario movie since 99. There hasn't been a Mario show since 2000. So like this is the first time. But because there's less people that like you're rooting for of the 30 and 40-year-olds that only know Mario but not Pokemon, maybe, compared to people who growing up now aren't playing Mario games because according to you they're not coming out as frequently, but they're playing a Pokemon game every 3 years. They're playing Mystery Dungeon when it re-released. They're playing Pokemon Go. So that would still go against your point.
I still think that there's a larger number of those and even younger that still recognize with Mario, even though they don't even though they might not have played the games as frequent, there are still more people who can recognize Mario. And the difference is where you can tap into a good majority of the old or the younger generation with Mario currently, you're not going to tap into that older generation.
With Pokemon?
And I'm sorry. With Mario, you're still tapping into the newer generation, right? And you're also getting that old generation. But with Pokemon, you're tapping into the newer generation. You're not tapping into the older generation. Now, to Cardiac's point, it just depends on
What's
I
the
guess
older
how
generation?
you feel.
What's the older generation? Because I think in this discussion, I understand
30
Mario
and up?
came out first, but yo, Pokemon came out what 1990, 1990s, 96.
Anybody older than me? 30. Anybody older than me? 30.
Okay, so 30 in 96. These people were probably 7 or 8. Yeah. Pokemon is touching them. Pause. No. They know about Pokemon. If you were 15 in 96, that makes you what? Damn near 40, old man. Well, first of all, start a family. Second of all, you should have a family already. And third of all, yeah, that counts. So I was.
That's what I was going to say. What about the 30 and 40-year-olds though?
That's what I'm. So when I'm telling you,
I mean
that
the 40 and 50. What about the 40 and 50-year-olds? It's not touching them. And not a pokey person can touch them.
Are you sure? Also, with the TCG,
Wait.
you'd be surprised with how many old guys are there, dog. I ain't gonna lie.
I was about to say not only that, but also this is discrediting the fact that again, Mario has no other media that they've released within the millennium. Pokemon has had an ongoing anime since at least 2007, on top of releasing multiple movies featuring Lucario, featuring other characters, diversifying the amount of characters to put on that list that we were talking about earlier, as well as just reintroducing people to a newer audience that you're saying that Mario is less in touch with. Even if we're including the people that just know Mario from like a Smash or some shit.
Yeah, but you're Mike ass, so I'm not really listening to what you're saying at all. Like I don't.
Well, let me ask you this: who is more known in the YouTube space, FD Signifier or just Pearly Things?
Pearl.
Why?
Because she's white. We don't want to get into that.
Oh my god. No, because the reason why I bring up that is because I think FD, when he releases, it has way more views than when Pearl streams or uploads a clip, right? But I think we would sit up here and say that Pearl is a more recognizable figure because of a bunch of factors outside of just, when like views per video. I feel like...
But
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, but FD isn't Mario. FD isn't Mario. So I think that's the difference in the conversation.
But I think in the when you brought up like the root of this conversation was you bringing up the Mario movie doing well. I think there's a parallel there in the sense of, yo, there's a reason why FD gets a bunch of views is because he doesn't upload much. So when he uploads much, it's a bigger deal. He gets more views per video, as opposed to Pokemon. When there's an animated series, when Pokemon movies come out more frequently, yeah, the Pokemon movie 14 isn't gonna sell as much as, you know, the latest Mario movie when it's the first time it's released in 30 years.
Wait, so you think that Mario is better?
Better? What do you mean?
I just as like a product as a whole, you think Mario is better? I just want to get your opinion on that. You think Mario is better?
What does? I'm more of
Just-
a Pokemon guy. I'm more of a Pokemon.
No, I'm
guy.
saying if somebody asked you, is Mario better? What would you say?
Then Pokemon?
Mhm.
No.
I can get what you're saying. I can get what you're saying. I think that a lot of the conversation that we're having is about, FD's only been out since 2020. I think a lot of the conversation that we're having is, people who don't give respect to the old, give respect to, the past and the impact, how it swept the nation and how it swept the country. It's literally just, a difference between ages. Like this is what the older generation knew, liked, carried. This is why it's so big, as opposed to this current generation. I don't think, if we talk about impact, are we saying that Pokemon has a bigger impact than Mario? There wouldn't be home gaming without Mario, right? It wouldn't be, handheld gaming, right? Right? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Video
leaning towards
games.
yeah right now. I'm just
You
not
said what?
informed enough. I'm just not informed enough, but I'd lean towards yeah right now though. I'll give it to you.
You think the answer is
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to
nah,
you.
I don't. The ones that started the wave was that the at-home gaming. That's Mario.
But W goalpost move though. But keep going though.
What are you saying? How is that a goalpost move? I don't understand. I'm
Because
saying
the conversation about who's a bigger franchise and now, but who's more impactful though? It's about respect.
but the impact, but the impact leans into who's bigger.
No, it doesn't.
We disrespecting Bill Russell as a Celtics fan. That's crazy. I can't lie.
Bill Russell is just not more famous than fucking, I don't know, Steph Curry might, than Giannis. He's not.
He's bigger though. I think Bill
Is he?
Russell is bigger than to Steph. I mean to Giannis. I think he's bigger than Giannis as regards to the NBA. Yeah, for sure.
Impact wise, yeah.
Okay, and the impact wise makes him bigger.
No, it doesn't. What the fuck?
That's crazy, bro. That's yeah. If that's where you're gonna come from, if that's where you're gonna come from with the baseless arguments, then I don't know.
Who
gaming-
was Curtis Blow was one of the first rappers, right?
He's up there. He's up there.
He's one of the first hip hop rappers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say he's more popular? Has a bigger brand than, I don't know, Cardi B?
That's different. She's Spanish.
Lil Baby.
Ooh, that's a good argument. I don't know.
Stop it, bro.
The fact that you're struggling.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
You're stupid.
I can't. I don't know. I can't say.
Because I know you like to bring up the whole market share aspect with Mario too, but I'm like, the video game market in the 80s was just not. It's just not as big as it is right now, right? So even if Mario was 95% of the video game market in the 80s, if because of how big the video game industry right now, someone being 30% of the market, while yes, it's not a bigger market share than Mario, that could still be a bigger brand than Mario despite having a smaller market share.
And if that's the way that you choose to interpret those numbers, that's fine. I just think that we're downplaying the impact that the older generation has. Because do you have a console? Do you have a console in your home?
Just a PS5, yeah.
You wouldn't have that if it wasn't for Mario. For real.
I understand.
Right. So you just gotta disrespect. I mean, you gotta put some respect on the name. And I just don't see Pokemon putting out any movie. Come on, bro. They're not putting out no project that's topping.
Who do you think? Who do you think is bigger? A bigger brand all time, Fred or Kai Cenat right now?
Who the fuck? Fred from iCarly?
No. The Fred the YouTuber, the guy with the high pitched voice, Lucas Cruikshank.
Fred had a Nickelodeon movie. What are we talking about, Fred? I think the answer is Fred. Am I tripping with that? Am I tripping with that one? Fred has 94 million view videos. What are we talking about?
Okay.
What are we talking about?
Okay, man. All right.
Yo, bro, stop.
But okay, if that specifically is a bad argument, essentially what I'm getting at is the impact of those first generation YouTubers. While yes, they had more impactful platforms because of what they did for their time. While yes, they had more market share back then compared to now. Yo, bro, I'm sorry, you don't have a bigger brand than Mr. Beast. Sorry.
And the reason why I can confidently say that this is like the end of Omar's argument is because literally when we were in the space, he brought up the point of, oh, okay, yeah, Pokemon, its first games might have outsold Mario when it came out on the 64, which like redefined and like kind of saved at home.
Yes,
ass ain't gonna lie, gang. Yeah.
Yeah. Get out of here, Caleb.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go, man. I ain't gonna
Loser talk.
But does that make sense though? Does that make sense?
I understand what you're saying. I think that when we have these conversations, we just tend to disrespect the old, and we do that just to try to save it.
What the?
That's what it is. That's what it is for real. That's what.
So
it is.
saying Lil Baby is bigger than Curtis Blow is disrespect to Curtis Blow.
Too much disrespect on Curtis Blow. I think that's too much disrespect on Curtis.
That's too much to say that Drake is bigger than Curtis Blow.
That's a different conversation, though. I think that some people do, pass the test or whatever. When we get to those close things, and like you acknowledge, Mario and Pokemon are close.
No, I think.
Oh, you don't think it's close?
I think Mario and Pikachu were close. Mario and Pokemon, no. We're talking about one of the most iconic TV shows, video games, one of the best-selling merchandising companies of all time, and then the fucking trading card game is its own fucking universe. Nah, I can't go. I mean,
that's how you feel.
And then in terms of video games, they pretty much have two iconic like Pokemon Go and the mainstream Pokemon franchise are like two different things. So
you just won't talk about the movie, so you just avoid the movie all the time.
What do you mean? I just know why it has the numbers that it has.
No, I get it. If that's the way you wanna interpret it, that's fine. Hey man, in your stream, I was wrong.
Oh wow. This an
in your
it's an
in
honor,
your
man.
stream, I was wrong.
I'm gonna clip this up. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.